The kitchen was heavy with the acrid smell of burnt toast, clinging to the air and catching in my throat as I stared at the message glowing on my wife's phone. "You'll never be her real dad. Stop pretending." My hand shook, the phone slipping against my clammy palms. 10 years of marriage, a decade of shared mornings and nights, laughter and tears, promises whispered in half-lit bedrooms, and now all of it felt fragile, shattered by a single line. I thought of Lily, my daughter, the little girl whose hand I had held through playgrounds, bedtime stories, and scraped knees since she was 2. My chest tightened, a slow, relentless squeeze that made it hard to breathe. I placed the phone gently on the counter, its screen still glowing, the words etched into my mind like fire. The house felt impossibly silent. The refrigerator hummed faintly, and outside, crickets chirped in the darkness. Upstairs, Sarah was putting Lily to bed. I could hear her gentle voice through the monitor, soothing, melodic. I wanted to rush up to demand answers, but my legs refused to move. A seed of doubt began to fester, poisonous and insistent. Could this be a mistake? A cruel prank? But the sender's name burned on the screen. Mark, her high school boyfriend, the one she had promised she'd never speak to again. The memory of last month's dinner party surged into my mind. Mark had appeared uninvited, lingering by the punch bowl, eyes following Sarah in a way that had made me uneasy. At the time, I dismissed it as harmless nostalgia. Now his sly grin twisted in my memory, sinister and deliberate. Had I missed the signals, the late-night calls, her sudden need for distance after arguments, the way she had started locking her phone? Each recollection felt like a needle, stabbing through my trust and leaving it bleeding. I paced the kitchen, the linoleum cold beneath my bare feet, the clock inching toward midnight. This message wasn't merely a betrayal. It was a theft of my place as Lily's father, the life I had devoted myself to building. Anger flared hot and immediate, yet underneath it lay a deeper ache. Love. I still loved her, her crooked smile, the off-key humming as she cooked. The stairs creaked, and Sarah appeared, her silhouette framed by the dim hallway light. She froze, eyes widening briefly, then narrowing into weariness. "Why are you snooping?" she asked, low and accusing. Her words cut sharply, twisting the roles of victim and intruder. But I needed clarity. I held up the phone, now dark but haunted by the memory of its words. Her face drained of color, her arms folding defensively. "It's not what you think," she said, but the tremor in her voice betrayed her calm. I stepped closer, then explain it. "Tell me who's her, Sarah." "Lily, she's mine, isn't she?" The words ripped from me, jagged and raw. Sarah's gaze flickered toward the fridge, where Lily's crayon drawings hung stick figures of us under a lopsided sun, smiling as a family. "It's complicated," she whispered, twisting the hem of her sweater. Complicated, a word so small yet loaded with pain. I wanted to scream, to shake her, to force the truth out. But then I saw her small, vulnerable, like the woman I had held after her mother died, not the one who had shattered my world. She motioned me to the table. I stayed rooted, wary. "Mark reached out months ago," she began, slow and deliberate. "He was struggling. He said he needed a friend. The word stung. It's insufficient for the weight of betrayal it concealed. "I didn't tell you because I knew you'd overreact." My laugh came out hollow, bitter. "Overreact? He's texting you about our daughter? Calling me a fraud? And that's a friendly gesture?" My voice cracked, laden with hurt. Her eyes glistened but held firm. "He's wrong. Lily is yours. You've raised her, loved her. But Mark is just bitter, jealous." Her words were a lifeline, fragile but tangible, yet doubts still gnawed at me. "Why reach out at all? Why conceal it? Then why hide it?" I demanded. My hands gripped the counter, nails digging into the wood. Silence answered me, weighty and suffocating. Her eyes dropped, landing on Lily's drawings. "It was a mistake," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "A few weeks ago, after we argued, I met him for coffee. Nothing happened, I swear." Her words tumbled in desperation, painting Fragments of a hidden life, stolen moments, whispered confidences. A chink in the armor of our vows widening into a gaping fracture. Nothing happened. You sneak around with your ex, and I'm supposed to believe that's nothing? The kitchen seemed to shrink, walls pressing inward as the air thickened with betrayal. Upstairs, I thought of Lily, peaceful in sleep, unaware of the storm below. Stop. Sarah pleaded, her hands reaching for me. I told him to leave me alone, a text he's lashing out because I rejected him. Her eyes pleaded, yet her twitching fingers, her inability to meet my gaze, betrayed her. There was more she wasn't saying. The phone buzzed again, sharp and urgent. It was like a gunshot in the quiet night. I grabbed it before she could. Marks. Message glowed. You can't keep lying to him. Tell him the truth about us. My vision blurred as my heartbeat thundered in my ears. The truth, not just coffee, not just a minor lapse, but a hidden existence running parallel, a secret world where I did not exist. I held up the phone. Her face crumpled, fear and resignation etched in every line. How long? I whispered, my voice trembling. She didn't speak. Her silence screamed, deafening in the stillness. I thought of Lily, of all the trust and love I had poured into raising her. Had it all been built on a lie? The phone slipped from my fingers, clattering to the floor. I'm sorry, Sarah sobbed, reaching for me, but I recoiled. The woman I loved was now a stranger. Her betrayal had carved a wound that would never fully close, and the most devastating. Truth of all, Lily wasn't mine, not by blood, and Sarah had known. The life I had thought real, the family I had devoted myself to, had been nothing more than a carefully maintained illusion, crumbling in the wake of her decade-long deception.